Welcome to the Philippine Sports Commission Rizal Memorial Coliseum, venue of many historic matches, as we bring you the 5th edition of the Asian Volleyball Confederation Challenge Cup. Team India, one of the 7 or 8 more teams seeing action today as they take on Chinese Taipei. Match moments from now. Also seeing action today, Vietnam, Singapore, Philippines, and Australia. We've got a whole host of matches for you on the day number 2 of the AVC Challenge Cup earlier today. Hong Kong beating Indonesia in straight sets, and minutes from now, Chinese Taipei, after losing to Australia yesterday, will try to bounce back against India. One against yesterday against Iran, and then a few more matches: Vietnam, Singapore, Philippines, and Australia. Hi everybody, thank you for watching us on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. Eric Tapan with Penang the Critics Order. 10 teams, some of the best in Southeast Asia. Penang right here showcasing their volleyball skills.
That's right, and this time this is the second game for this for today, and then it's Chinese Taipei. They want to bounce back from their 4-set loss yesterday, and India won by straight sets in their game yesterday, so they want to have that winning streak.
That's right. Now these teams only few matches, 4 matches per pool, and then the top 2 will move on to the semifinals, and that will determine who will battle for the gold in the 2024 edition of the AVC Challenge Cup. And the winner, of course, will proceed on to be part of the Challenger Cup that allows you to the opportunity to get a slot in the Nations League. So that's how it is. That's the hierarchy. That's the route of the teams in the Southeast Asian region if you want to participate in the VNL, or Volleyball Nations League, which happens sometime in June. That's very big, all right? So
that's right, and especially we have 10 teams for this tournament, and only the top 2 teams will make it to the semifinals, and it will be a one game only, and then championship will also be a one game only.
So it's a very difficult route for some of these teams. Some of these teams very young as well. Look at the lineup of Chinese Taipei, composed mostly of teenagers.
That's right. No, well, actually, Chinese Taipei has consistently been one of the tougher teams in the region, though they finished 6th in the most recent edition of the Asian Games in 2022. But this year, they sent the under-18 team. But yesterday, they started, they won the first set against Australia, but they lost via 4 sets. So they started strong, but they weren't able to sustain their momentum and get their first win.
Well, speaking of strong teams, quite a surprise how India just dispatched Iran in straight sets yesterday as well.
That's right, and actually this team definitely wants to build on their 4th place finish in last year's edition. They made it all the way to the bronze medal match, but lost to Chinese Taipei. But that was a different lineup last year compared to this year's under-18 team. And their India team was actually headed by their veteran setter, Captain Genie. And their best player of the game yesterday is their opposite spiker, Radha, who tallied 16 points to lead India and get their first win.
And for Chinese Taipei, 2 players in double digits. They were led by Fang Min Su.
Right, and the outside spiker did her best against the tall Australian team. She scored 15 points, all from attacks, to get the first win for to lead their team. So she's only 18 years old, so there will be a lot of expectations from this player coming into this match.
Take a look at the numbers of Fang Min Su. And like what you said, a lot of expectations for her. The weight of the offense of Chinese Taipei will be on her shoulders today as they take on a team that's coming off a win yesterday against Iran. And let's speak about this team. Radha, one of 3 players in double digits.
Right, and she showed out yesterday, tallying 16 points off 13 attacks and 3 aces. She was also nearly unstoppable because she was able to convert 50% of her attacks. So yesterday, not just in her attacks, you know, even in the service area in her blocking department, kahit wala siyang nakuha na block points, but she was able to slow down the attacks of her opponents, making it easier for their defense to receive the ball and have a better set play.
We spoke about having 2 pools in the AVC Challenge Cup 2024, and Philippines is in Pool A along with these 2 teams.
That's right. So India and Australia got their first win yesterday. Chinese Taipei and Iran are still looking for their first win for this tournament, and Team Philippines will have their first game later tonight at 7 p.m.
That's right. A lot of Filipino fans expecting fireworks from this newly formed Las Pilipinas. Meantime, beautiful venue here in the city of Manila. Anticipation of the second game of our quadruple header. Chinese Taipei looking for their first win as they take on the 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, Manila, Philippines, for day number 2 of the AVC Challenge Cup 2024 Women's Division. This is match number 6 of the tournament, the preliminary match of Pool A featuring India and their opponents, Chinese Taipei. Introducing our 2 international referees in charge for this match. Our first referee is Ong Yun Kwang from Singapore. Our second referee is Aidos Akhmetov from Kazakhstan. And now let's meet the starters. First, for India, setter number 7, team captain, Ginny. Outside spiker number 4, Shalini. Middle blocker number 5, Shilpa. Middle blocker number 6, Surya. Opposite hitter number 11, Anaga. And outside spiker number 13, Anusri. Starting libero number 2, Aswalti. Head coach for India is Jai Narain. And now the starters for Chinese Taipei. Outside spiker number 3, Su Fang Min. Outside spiker number 5, Lin Yang Tai. Middle blocker number 6, Wong Ti. Blocker number 13, Pao Yin Ti. Opposite hitter number 16, Chang Chia Ti. And setter number 17, Su Yu Ji. Starting libero and team captain number 9, Chang Yun Ting. Head coach for Chinese Taipei is Chen Yuan.
Take a look at the starting lineup of India. It's practically the same one used by Coach Jai Narain in that win against Iran. A very solid lineup. In fact, he only used 7 players in that game. Only 1 sub. And then the rest of the 6 starters. Players to watch out for, number 11, number 13, and number 4. In the meantime, just 3 of the starters remain. And it's a new starting lineup here for Coach Chen Yuan of Chinese Taipei.
That's right. So maybe the coach of Chinese Taipei would want to let all of his players have an experience in playing against this tournament, because we did mention that this is a young team. So very important for them to get a good experience and learn from the veteran team like Team India.
Surya, 25-year-old, 6'1", getting the first point for India. She had 5 yesterday against Iran. Here's the serve coming from Gini, the team captain. Going to be a broken play for Chinese Taipei. Good dig from the back row, and there's going to be double contact called against Rada.
That was clearly a double contact called on Radha. So same as yesterday, actually Team India, they always start slow during the first and second and third set, but they were able to catch up to the to the points of their opponent. So we'll see today if they will play the same or they will start aggressive against this very young team.
You know who's aggressive? Surya has all of the 2 points of India here in the opening set.
That was a good connection between Jeannie and Surya. Only one blocker in front of her middle attacker.
Here is Anusri, who had 16 points, one of 3 players in double digits against Iran. Nice swing. Coming from Fang Min Soo. We talked about her in the open. There's Fang Min Soo again. Such a heavy hand, right?
That's right.
Longest rally so far. Nice tip for Ziyun Wang. Down the line hit. Doug. Chang turned away. Terrific defense by both teams. That cross court is on the line.
That was the first long rally for this match. Credit that point to the opposite hitter of Chinese Taipei. Much needed point for their squad, and you could see that they were they could read the blockers of India because all of them are supporting their attackers in terms of coverage.
Served by Ziyun Wang is outside. So that gives an easy point to India. Here is Chen Yuan, the head coach of Chinese Taipei. 2 points already for Surya. Fang Min Soo again. Wow. We mentioned this. She had 15 points yesterday, and she probably will have that or maybe more today.
Most probably, but you can see their setter is activating her as early as this first set, scoring 2 points for their squad so far, and now she's in the service area with a good serve as well.
Oh, nice attack from the wings. That is Radha. We talked about her as well. Just 21 years old, a very tall player at 6'1".
Take a look at this reverse set for Jeannie, and single blocker, so a lot of space there in the cross court for Radha.
So it's Radha Anagha Radhakrishnan. That's her whole name. There's a set by Yu Ji Su, and another point here. Good side out for Chinese Taipei.
That was a good first ball from their libero, and a first slide attack for a Chinese Taipei targeting long ball of India's defense.
Served by Chia Chi Chang, just 17 years old. Great protection from the down the line, but the overpass put away by Shilpa.
Good anticipation there on the over ball.
So India able to keep their head above water with quick reaction and great defense from the back row. And that's a nice hit for Yin Chi Pao. Yin Chi Pao is one of 3 17-year-olds. Actually, one of 4, beg your pardon, 17-year-olds in this lineup.
So this is a very young team, but indeed, this is the under-18 lineup of Chinese Taipei.
Right, under 20.
Under 20, like that.
And I was very impressed with the way they played yesterday. I mean, they took first set against Australia, a much taller, much more powerful team.
Yeah, they started strong. They won that first set, but they lost their momentum during the second, third, and fourth because Australia already started using their might in the blocking department. Australia tallied 18 points, just the blocking alone.
So back-to-back attack errors here for Chinese Taipei. You got to remember, this is not the same team that participated in the previous Challenge Cup. Not the one with the King Whale Taipei players. So these are young players who are already very talented, showing us a lot of skill going up against, you know, the women's division, basically.
But so far, we could see that they're actually good in the floor defense and first ball.
Good idea by Liang Din Lin, 19 years old, trying to go on for a cut shot.
Yep. They're trying to avoid her blockers, but that's just short.
So here's Shilpa serving. It's now a 3-point lead, the biggest lead for India. Back row attack, the first one. A lot of miss hits.
I think that was the third attack error for their squad.
So an early timeout here for Coach Chen Yuan. He will want to talk it over because he does not want this first set to slip away.
对，其实他们球，这个人发球是长没有错，可是他们球没有快。那这个时候你要硬要这样子扛，那球就往上而已。这样懂我意思吗？所以你在那边蹲的，球是很高，要不就高手又都放掉，因为球大部分都快接近outside，他球是比较高的。但是你不要因为这样子往后退哦，可以吗？来，高姐，来。
Well, one of the things they need to shore up for sure is the errors.
Yeah. So because this point advantage, 4 points advantage of India came from their attack errors. That was 4 attack errors, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's basically the deficit they're facing. Lin had one of those attack errors, but she makes up for it with a kill down the line.
That was a good timeout from their coach because just to break the momentum of India. Take a look at that using the hands of Genie.
Chinese Taipei ranked number 44 in the world, and they're going up against a team ranked number 62 in India.
Oh, what a reverse
Back
set.
row for Rada. Lin tries again. This time cross court is good.
Yep, back-to-back points from Lin, cutting down the lead of India to just 2 points.
So a perfect timeout for Coach Chen Yuan. His team just cut the deficit in half already. Yu Jie-su, 18-year-old. Oh, that again is a miss hit. Oh, but there's a touch. Yep, a touch is called.
There was a touch called on Genie, the setter of India.
Even Coach Jai Narain was confirming if there was a touch.
Yeah. That was 3 points in a row
Right.
for Chinese Taipei coming off from the timeout of their head coach, Coach Chen.
Chance to tie if they can defend here. Oh, they don't need to. That was a miss hit. And it's India's turn to make some errors.
Yep.
India with 11 errors in their win against Iran.
Oh, first service ace for this match.
5 straight points scored by Chinese Taipei. A spectacular run here for the Blue Shirts, forcing Coach Jai Narain to call a timeout. We'll listen to India this time.
खेल जो फिंगर से बॉल लेने वाले उसके लिए भी डर रहे हो हड़बड़ा रहे हो तुम लोग हड़बड़ाओ नहीं कुछ भी नहीं है वो अगर 2 मीटर दूर भी है तो वो पॉइंट नहीं ले सकती वो तो नेट के पास से ही लेंगे जो भी लेंगे वो दूर का है उसको छोड़ दो थोड़ा बहुत तो बॉल उठाना ही पड़ेगा
पावरफुल तो नहीं है ना लॉन्ग अटैक
और कभी कभी बीच में ड्रॉप भी डाला करो
खुद थोड़ा डीप मारने लंबा मत मारो लंबा उठाएगा लॉन्ग नहीं है ना डीप मारो डीप मारो
Well, for India, this is their 3rd appearance in the AVC Challenge Cup. They finished 4th last year. Their best finish was in 2022 when they were 2nd. Meanwhile, Chinese Taipei, first appearance was a bronze last year. This is their 2nd AVC Challenge Cup. Still on a 5-point run here, Chinese Taipei. They are on top now, 10-9. Lin again. Jinli. And finally a side out. That is Anusri.
One of the veteran players for Team India. That was Anusri, their open hitter. Take a look at that cross court. Actually, the middle blocker of Chinese Taipei was late. So there was a big gap in the block there for Chinese Taipei. Oh,
Nice block. Speaking of blocks, Anusri with a rejection.
that was a back-to-back points from Anusri.
And you like how these teams respond positively after the timeout because now India on a bit of a run here and scored 2 straight points.
Now they're up by 1 point. Good first ball.
Oh, what a difficult back set there for Yu Jie-su. Su sets it up.
Oh,
That was hammered home. Terrific shot by Fang Min Soo.
Yeah, that was a good cross court by Fang Min Soo.
That stops the 2-point run of India. And we're tied at 11. Oh, gorgeous serve.
The libero of India thought it was going out. She let go of that top spin serve of the Chinese Taipei. Take a look at that. Where did it land? Just on the line of India's court.
Chance to attack here. Save is no good. So yeah, well, there's a whistle already by our first referee. That point's going to be a for Anusri.
That was a good effort for Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
Take a look at that hustle. But they weren't able to send it over the net.
So a tight first set here, 12-all between Chinese Taipei looking for their first win against India, looking for back-to-back wins. That's going to be short for Wang.
Yeah, her contact for that be quick was too low. There were two tall blockers in front of her, so maybe she was trying to avoid her blockers.
Fang Min Soo, oh, nice dig coming from Anusri. Chang, yes.
Again, another cross-court attack by Chang. Take a look at that fast set, actually in the open.
Here's Ziyun Weng out of Taipei City University. Genie. Nice swing from Shalini.
Oh.
There's a one-lady block from Surya.
That was a good read for the blocker of India.
A 1-point lead for India. Their biggest was 4. Chinese Taipei led by 1. Chang with a hit. Genie. Nice tip there from Yin Shi Peng. Chang. Shalini.
Oh, good save.
Chang again. Another exciting rally between these two teams. Fang Min Soo. Well, nice low set. There's a net touch going to be called against India, but a superb dig, nevertheless, by Surya.
That's right. Actually, that was a long rally again, and Chinese Taipei is reading the attackers of India well. But take a look what happened here. Net touch violation called on Rada.
Bad pass coming from Anusri. And just like that, Chinese Taipei on a run again. Scored 2 straight points to tie the game at 14. Service into the net for Fang Min Soo. So Rada will serve. Had 3 aces against Iran. Good pass. Running attack. Spectacular save by Ananya Das, the libero of India. There's another block. Chang down the line. Got it against Rada.
So Team India is having a hard time reading the open hitters of Chinese Taipei because there are a lot of points scored by their open hitters down the line attack. And actually their setter, Yuji Su, is actually activating all of her attackers. You know, that's why the blockers of India is having a hard time to read.
That is on the line.
Yeah.
A terrific 1-2 play for Genie.
Jeannie actually scored a lot of points via 1-2 play during their game yesterday against Iran. So it's very important for the blockers of Chinese Taipei to read Jeannie where she will set the ball or whenever she's in the front row.
She had 5 points yesterday. In the meantime, Shilpa with another kill. Just too tall. Shilpa is 6'3". She's one of the tallest players out of India. That's Shalini. Had 12 points yesterday. Nice push with the left hand for Anusri. Oh, through the block. Terrific swing for the 17-year-old Chia-Chi Chang.
The attackers of Chinese Taipei is quite aggressive, especially here that the blockers of India is tall.
And while Chinese Taipei may be giving up a few inches in height, I mean, they're stocky and they're powerful. You can tell from the way they hit.
Right.
Fang Min Su, this one into the antenna. So Shilpa will serve. You saw Liang Dai Lin, one of the oldest players at just 19 years old for Chinese Taipei. There's a back row attack for Su. Fang Bin Su. Shalini from the back row. Got it.
That's a good target in the back row. Actually, she's one of the go-to players of Team India.
23 years old, stands 5'7", had 12 points, including an ace yesterday against Iran. That didn't have the same big names. No Poran Zari, no Masak Adkoda. So a totally different Iranian team. Although there are some leftovers or holdovers from last year, about 5 players. And there's a block point for India once again.
Coming off from a combination play of Chinese Taipei, the blockers of India read that well. No coverage there for Chinese Taipei.
So Surya with another point, and Coach Chen Yuan will burn a timeout here, his final one. The last time Chinese Taipei called a timeout, they had a 5-point run. And they're only down by 3 points, Spanning.
Yeah, so we'll see if the players of Chinese Taipei will be able to react well coming off from that timeout. Because we saw it a while ago. That was a big lead by Team India with 5 points.
Back row, Fang Min Su. Good dig coming from Shilpa. Here's a chance ball for Chinese Taipei. All right, go to Lin this time. Good defense this time by Shalini. And a 1-2 play. You mentioned Jeannie and her decision making.
For sure, whenever she's in the front row, you always have to check Jeannie first because she's very aggressive in the 1-2 play. You thought that she will set it to her attackers, but she can drop that ball. And a sharp drop, actually, not just easy ball.
So Shilpa Rajendran-Nair is serving. Fang Min Su again. This one is on the line. As good as they are defensively, I mean, the back line, they can guard the back row, but they've allowed several backline hits, right?
Yeah. And actually, the attackers of Chinese Taipei, most of them are targeting the long court of India.
They've got to shore up that line defensively. Jeannie.
Ooh.
Solid delivery from Jeannie to Surya.
So it will be hard for Chinese Taipei when Jeannie activates her middle attackers because she sets the ball like 0 tempo, or it's a fast set to her middle.
And the middles are 6'1" and 6'3". Surya is 6'1", Shilpa is 6'3". So The tallest players for Chinese Taipei are just 5'10". Not a good pass from Chang, the libero. Here's Fang Min-soo into the net.
That was a tough one because the set was far from the net.
So some troubles here for Chinese Taipei after that error by Fang Min-soo as they are down by 5 points. India just 2 points away from pocketing set number 1. Substitution for Chinese Taipei as Heng Yun-soo in the ballgame for the first time. He's 18 years old. Nice hit to get a side out. That is Liang Dai-lin.
Much needed point for Chinese Taipei.
She had 10 points. That lady yesterday against Australia, just 19 years old. Also another player out of Taipei City University.
Oh!
Terrific kill from Anusri.
Yeah, their top scorer during their first game against Iran. And take a look at that.
So 5 set points for India. Su off the bench. She's blocked. There's a back row hit. And a chance to put it away for India now. When they go to their big lady, that's Surya with a put away.
So that was a good first set for Team India. And a good finish there via a quick attack of Surya. And I think Jeannie is already activating her middle attacker. She saw that Chinese Taipei is having a hard time. They had less errors for that third set. Only for that first set, only 3 errors for India versus 10 from Chinese Taipei. So coming into this second set, India would want to continue their strength in attacks, especially Jeannie having a good connection with her middle attackers. But for Chinese Taipei, they just have to be more aggressive and lessen their errors, because we saw a couple of not attacks not going over the net, and even their service errors.
By the way, this is the second meeting between these two teams in the last 2 years. Last AVC Challenge Cup in 2023, India won against Chinese Taipei in 3 sets.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the game here. Rizal Memorial Coliseum, second game of our quadruple header. Still to come, we've got games featuring Vietnam, Philippines later on tonight, 7 p.m., taking on Australia. Set number 2 underway, served by Genie of India. That miscommunication or mistimed on the jump coming from Ziyun Wang. One-handed dig for Zhang. There's a net touch against Lin of Chinese Taipei. So India will pocket the first point of set number 2.
So this is actually new lineup for Chinese Taipei, with Coach Chen starting different setter with Chen Yi Jiang. So maybe he would want to have a different tempo when it comes to setting.
A service ace for Genie. Give India a 2-0 start here in the second set. Off the block. That's a point for Liang Dai Lin.
Take a look at that. Good first ball. An off the block attack there by their opposite hitter.
She had 10 points. One of 2 players in double digits. The backup to Fang Bin Su.
Oh, what a set.
Well, a nice dig here coming from Chinese Taipei. Fang Bin Su. Oh, save. But not enough. Rada, the up was too far for a second touch.
So now early this set, we're seeing the Chinese Taipei players using the hands of their blockers, because this is a tall front row for Team India. So it's easier for them to get a point if they were able to read their blockers and use them to score a point.
A gorgeous tip there coming from Surya. Stopped the 2-point run of Chinese Taipei. Take a look. Made an adjustment in midair. Saw the blockers and pushed it right to that zone with the easy point. 3 serving 2. Set number 2. Zhang, tough set. Pass too close to the net, but Fang Min Su with a tip.
Fang Min Su being aggressive here on the net. That was a tough set, actually.
Served by Ziyun Wang. Had 3 points against Australia. Shalini turned away, but off the block, she scores against Fang Bin Su.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Shalini, because she was not able to time that set properly from Genie, but she was still able to swipe that off the hands of her blockers and scoring that point.
A smart play for the 23-year-old Shalini Saravanan. Served by Surya. Oh, combination play. Gorgeous finish for Fang Bin Su.
Credit that to the good first ball. Take a look at that, and she was able to set it in the middle. Even the blockers of India was not able to read that properly, so it was open block for the combination play.
Oh, and Shalini, she turned a bit and it clipped her. I think it was the knee.
She hesitated for that first ball because she thought it was going to sail out.
Yeah, it clipped the knee, left knee of Shalini. Great save coming from Bao. They couldn't get it across the net. So India playing catch-up. So Radha Anaka serving. Just 21 years old, stands 6'1". Fang Min-soo with a great save. They get it across the net. Good job defensively by Chinese Taipei. Oh, but another 1-2 play coming from Genie.
So you can see the receivers of Team India. Whenever Genie is in the front row, they send their ball close to the net as much as possible because they know that Genie can score from a 1-2 play.
Such a great decision maker. Genie Kovat Shaji, 27 years old. Overpass, and Shalini put it away. So India on a 3-point run from down 5-4. They're up 7-5. Short pass, Jiang to Fang Min-soo from the back row. Another 1-2 play. Better defense coming from Chinese Taipei. There's a block against Shukla, but it goes outside. So a point for the Blue Shirts.
Only a 1-point advantage here by India.
So Heng Yun-soo, 18 years old, stands 5'8", had 4 points against Aussies yesterday. Shalini.
Oh.
Jiang sets it up. They go to the middle from the back row. Hit coming from Shukla. Beg your pardon, coming from Hang Zun-yu. Here's Fang Min-soo. Short on the tip.
Yeah, that was a tough one because she was far from the net. But now India is up with a 2-point advantage.
So Shalini serving 8-6. They had a 6-point win in the opening set, 25-19. Good pass. Jiang. A nice hit coming from Liang Din Lin. Anusri. That's Doug. Fang Min-soo, back row. Oh, terrific dig from India. And they turn defense to offense.
Right, because there was a hesitation there on the defense by Heng Yun-soo. Take a look what happened there. Good target to the long ball, but a miscommunication of the defense for the side of Chinese Taipei.
This one through the block for Yin Chi Pao. Stops the bleeding and stops the run as well. That was a 5-1 run before the point by Pao for India. Pao with a serve. Anusri popped up by Fang Min-soo. Jiang back to Fang Min-soo. This one a powerful push. Dug by Rada. Anusri. There's a net touch coming from Wang.
The second referee saw that net touch. So point given to Team India, and now they're up by 3 points. Take a look what happened there.
So Shilpa is serving, the tallest player out of India. Off the block, nice hit coming from Ziyun Wang. So Chinese Taipei staying close here, not allowing India to put away. Timely side outs so far from the Blue Shirts. Serve coming from Chen Yi Jiang. Anusri.
Oh.
That's still gettable. Underhand pass, so it's a chance ball here for India. Anusri.
Wow.
Got it.
What a set. Actually, you saw Genie delaying her set, waiting for the approach of her middle attacker and setting the ball to her open hitter. So you saw the blocker, middle blocker of Chinese Taipei was late for that block for the open of India.
So back to a 3-point cushion for India. Fang Min-soo, cross court, just wide.
So India now is forcing Chinese Taipei to commit errors. 4-point advantage for this second set.
This is the biggest lead for India here in set number 2. Genie with a serve. Jiang Back to Fang Min Su. She's turned away by Rada. And now, Coach Chen Yuan will use his first timeout and want to talk it over. They're down by 5 points.
接发球上就不错的，来，因为你没接了嘛，那个谁小花自己接，对不对？就正常位置，你还是一样站正常位置。你打前面，打 B， 你可以切，你可以切 A2， 你可以切 A2， 你没有接嘛，好不好？他就单纯的就好，球先接好，他也可以杀赢后排，但是你先把第一个动作球先接下来就打后排，他切，他打 B， 他打长的就好，球先接好，他会杀赢后排，好不好？这样。
The first set, he called a timeout. They were down 4. They made a 5-point run to take the lead, but they're down 5 now. Although it's still midway through the second set, a lot of things can still happen. But well, what do they address? What do they address first?
Well, now they have to be, their attackers must be aggressive when it comes to attacking, because that's what's missing now compared to the first set.
Oh, and another smart move. Take a look at
Yeah.
Genie.
Even a 1-2 play, you know, Genie, not a strong drop ball, but placing that long ball. So India is really outsmarting Chinese Taipei for this second set. This is a big lead.
Yep.
6 points.
And Genie is serving. So that means a full front line for India. Surya, Anusri, and Rada. Here's Rada on the attack. Doug. Good defense coming from Yun Tieng Chang.
Oh, that was Genie again.
Always with a bird's eye view of the opponent's court and finding these openings for the easy shots.
Yeah, take a look at Genie actually. Before hitting that ball, she saw that there was a big gap on the defense in the middle of Chinese Taipei.
Better pass. Let's see if they can manufacture something. Genie with a dig. Back row for Sha'alini. Genie sets it up. They go to Rada. Rada's turned away. Good defense at the net by Chinese Taipei. Anusri! That's the problem. If you're Chinese Taipei, you've got Rada on one end, Surya in the middle, and Anusri on the other side.
Yes, these are top scorers and go-to attackers actually of Genie.
Now the biggest lead for India at 8 points. Substitution for Chinese Taipei as the starting setter Yu Jie-su is back in the game. Experiment with Chen Yi Jiang. It didn't pan out. That serve is outside for Genie. So they kill their own momentum. Well, maybe not momentum, but they kill their own run.
Yeah.
Now you're hoping Chinese Taipei can make a run.
That's right. But this is actually a comfortable lead for India. So there should be hard work here for Chinese Taipei. 7-point lead for Team India, and Genie in the back row having a lot of options in the front row. And take a look at that reverse set.
That's the problem Chinese Taipei defenders have the net.
Yep.
They're already physically at a disadvantage because they're smaller. And then you've got to spread out because, again, you've got Rada, you've got Surya. Good thing Shilpa is now in the back serving.
But still, if Surya and Genie has that good connection in the middle, it will cause a problem for the blockers of Chinese Taipei.
That's true. Sha'alini got it. Sha'alini. She may not be tall. Sha'alini's only 5'7" with a spectacular arm. She doesn't jump as high as well. But the way she hits the ball, I mean, she finds these angles, these openings.
Yeah, she has a high contact.
Yeah. Off the block, a hit by Heng Yun Soo. Rada. Down the line. There's a net touch going to be called this time on Sha'alini.
But that was a good defense from the libero of India. But net touch there called on Shalini.
Served by Kaisen Lin, 19 years old, had 6 points against Australia. Shaolini overpass. Back row hit is good for Liang Dai Lin.
Yeah, they'll need more of those because they still need 7 points to tie the score.
Still 1 timeout remaining for Chinese Taipei. 2 timeouts left for India. A service ace for Liang Dai Lin.
It's a good run for Chinese Taipei.
Exactly what the coach ordered. And now time to talk it over for Jai Narain, as India will call a timeout.
और मारना है खुल के मारो ब्लॉक होगा तो होगा कोई बात नहीं है डरोगे ब्लॉक होगा तो कोई ऐसा नहीं है मारो खुल के शाबाश अभी वो थोड़ा ठीक आई है तेरे को भी ठीक आना अभी
हाँ सर मैं लेती लीड इतनी है खेलो
So the head coach of Team India, Coach Jai Narain, called that timeout because he wants to cut the minute run of Chinese Taipei. So far, their team still has a 6-point advantage for this second set. A good serve there. Much needed point here for Chinese Taipei, cutting down the lead of India with only 5 points. Earlier this second set, India was up by as much as 8 points. And still, Kai-Jen Lin of Chinese Taipei still in service area, but take a look at that. Quick attack by Surya. A good first ball and a good connection between Jeannie and Surya. I mentioned a while ago, now once Jeannie activates her middle attackers, it will cause a problem here for the blockers of Chinese Taipei. Back-to-back points by Surya. Sorry, check that. That was Shilpa with the kill block. And now the head coach of Chinese Taipei called for a timeout.
OK， 你还要接发球，对不对？一样动作接完，然后打 A2， 你要中间对不对？接完之后打9号，这样懂意思哈？切进来，你切出去 B 就好了，他打8股。第一个先决条件把动作做完之后，再往前做动作，懂意思吗？假设球接不好了，一样是拉两边，你还是要保动。这个时候你就要一样是打9号，你9号就可以当成修正球再做打击。哇，补位哦，来加油！加油！
带气！
Look at the early day crowd, I guess, is what you can call them, because they're just in game number 2 of this quadruple header. And expect this venue to fill up later. Philippines seeing action for the first time. Alas Pilipinas going up against Australia. What are your quick expectations, Paneng?
Well, Australia is coming off from a 4-set win yesterday against Chinese Taipei, so they would want to get their second win for this tournament. So it will be an exciting match because, like what you mentioned, that will be the first game of Alas Pilipinas.
That's right. The debut of Alas Pilipinas. I like the name too. Huh?
Yeah.
In the meantime, a kill block for India and gives them an 8-point cushion here in set number 2 after a 6-point win in the first set. They've really taken control of set number 2.
Yeah, so far they're using their strength in the blocking and even in the attack departments for this second set.
Another monster block for India. I mean, they outblocked Chinese Taipei in the opening set, but here in set number 2, they just turned it up a notch.
Yes, and that was Shilpa again. She was very aggressive in the block.
So a 9-point cushion here.
Yeah, big lead for Team India. So Chinese Taipei is actually having a hard time to have a run in the score.
Although they bring back the starting setter here in the second set, Jiang, but they continue to cough up points. It's now officially a 10-point advantage, double-digit lead for India. A more veteran team, you mentioned at the Open, and in case you're just watching us on Pilipinas Live, the Chinese Taipei team is an under-20 team. And that's why they're fielding them here, so they are prepared for the under-20 Asian Championships in July.
Yep.
So this is their tune-up.
This is a lucky point for Team India because the attack of Chinese Taipei sailed long, but there was a violation on the back row attack of Chinese Taipei, giving the set point to Team India.
No set point saved. It is a 12-point win for India against Chinese Taipei. A total beatdown in set number 2 for the red shirts.
Right, and we actually saw the blockers of Team India really reading well the attackers of Chinese Taipei. They scored a lot of points in the blocking department, but we'll see in the official statistics after this set.
That's terrific defense and better offense in set number 2, and it's a 2-0 advantage. India over Chinese Taipei. Back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum for the second game of our quadruple header. It is Chinese Taipei down 2-0 against India after India just spectacular defense. And also, I mean, again, we may have mentioned this one too many times, but Jeannie, the starting setter of India, she's done a terrific job on all aspects of the game for India.
That's right. That was actually a dominating win for India with a 12-point advantage in closing that second set to 25-13. And like what you mentioned, Jeannie actually caused a lot of problems for Chinese Taipei because she was able to set her attackers well, even seeing the blockers or the position of the blockers of Chinese Taipei. That's why they had a hard time in reading the attackers of India. And also, India used their strength in the blocking department. We saw that they were able to tally some points in the blocks for the first set, but this time in the second set, they had 5 blocks. Talking about Team India and dominating on the attack departments with 13 points against 8 of Chinese Taipei. And still, India was able to lessen their errors for that set. Because set 1, they had 3 errors, but this time the second set, 2 errors only for Team India. So coming into this third set, especially the momentum is now in India because they're up by 2-0, and the pressure is on for Chinese Taipei. So far, they start the set on a high note, but they weren't able to catch up on the lead of their opponents because that's when the time that they commit some unforced errors. It'll be tough for them if they commit more errors, like the attacks won't go over the net or stepping violation, even service errors.
There are the flags of the nations taking part in the 2024 Asian Volleyball Confederation Challenge Cup. Held here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in Manila, the Philippines. Still to come, we have Vietnam taking on Singapore. Vietnam coming off a win against Hong Kong, and Singapore lost to Kazakhstan yesterday. Philippines seeing action for the first time today, like what Paneng mentioned. They'll take on Australia, looking for their second straight win after beating the Chinese Taipei team that's right now down 2-0 against India. India looking good. They have not dropped a set so far. Beat Iran in straight sets yesterday.
Yep. But the difference now is yesterday, India was always playing catch up on the score of Iran. But this time, coming into this game against Chinese Taipei, they were always trying to lead the match with as much as 8 points. We saw that in the second set. And they are forcing their opponents, Chinese Taipei, to commit a lot of errors. Even we know that India has strong serve. So Chinese Taipei is having hard time to have a good first ball, send it to their setter, and have a good set play.
Another shot of the crowd, slowly filling up the venue. About close to 7,000 capacity here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, and we expect it to be packed tonight for the debut of Alas Pilipinas. And you look at some of the executives from the Asian Volleyball Confederation mixed in with the crowd. Chinese Taipei, this is the under-20 team that's getting tuned up in preparation for their under-20 Asian Championships in July. Right now their backs are against the wall against this team out of India. Absolutely controlled the first 2 sets.
So this is the first time that Coach Yuan Chen will be using Chunjia Huang, their opposite hitter, and also their middle blocker, Kai Jen Lin. But still the same lineup for Team India, headed by their team captain and setter, Jeannie.
First point is just outside. Although it looked like it was almost clipped the back line. They're going to challenge. I think they're going to challenge it. Yep. It looked like it clipped the line. So.
Yep. From our angle, I thought it was in, but let's see from the official replay of this challenge. First challenge for this match.
Nusri with a nice hit. She went for the back row of the Chinese Taipei defense. First challenge, yeah, like what you said, of the match.
Yeah.
It's been pretty clean so far.
But it was the players of India who asked their coaches to challenge that call.
India up 2-0. Earlier today, in case you want to catch up on some of the action, Hong Kong beating Indonesia in straight sets. Yeah, and it's on the line. Yeah.
Yep. Good challenge there by Coach Jai Narain.
Clearly, it was not even on the outside part of the line. It was exactly on the line. So a 2. Make that was the first point of India. Huang got it.
Right in the middle of her 2 tall blockers. That was Huang, their open hitter, scoring the first point for Chinese Taipei.
They're going to need a lot more of that. Good looking serve. Jeannie sets it up. And that one off Jeannie. She was the last touch because Sarada didn't even make it to the ball.
Yeah, the set was a bit too fast in the open.
So Chinese Taipei on top. Yang Dailin. Second straight serve. Su. Bang Min Su keeping it alive. Anusri popping it up. Oh, this time another lack of connection. Earlier it was Rada unable to pick it up, and now Surya didn't even touch it.
Yeah, actually the set was a bit high for a quick attack.
How high does a set have to be so you miss a 6-1 player. That serve is outside finally. She was serving very well. It was pretty loaded. But that one, a little too much muscle. India trailing by 1. Combination play. Bang Min Soo says there was a block touch. Call was no touch, so there's going to be a challenge. And first referee is Nang Kwang. Our second referee is Aidos Akhmatov.
First challenge here by Chinese Taipei.
After no challenges in the first two sets,
right?
We have 2 quick challenges early in the third set. Look how young these players are. But again, very impressive debut here in the AVC Challenge Cup for a bunch of under 20 players. They've made a good account of themselves, taking a set away from Australia yesterday. Although their last 2 sets, they lost by 6 and then they lost by 12 in the second set. They still have a third set to try and maybe steal a set, extend the match, and maybe give them an opportunity to win.
That's right. But we'll see coming into this third set, because so far we're not seeing a big lead by either team. But early start here for the third set. A good set plays that we're seeing from Chinese Taipei.
Bang Min Soo seemed pretty certain there was a block touch.
Yeah, because this is a strong front row for Team India. And coming off from a combination play from Chinese Taipei, there might be a block touch, but who knows?
A lot of suspense because of the length of this challenge. The bench of Chinese Taipei trying to stay warm. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely was.
I think that was off the fingertips of Shalini, the open hitter of India. A good challenge there by Chinese Taipei. So the point will go to their squad.
So a 2-point cushion, Chinese Taipei for serving 2. Rada. Yes.
Chinese Taipei can't leave Rada with only 1 blocker, because we know how strong her attacks is, either cross court or down the line.
Rada Anaka with another point. Great pass. Huang. There's a block touch. There's an overrule by the first referee. Both lines judges didn't say there was a block touch. But Nang Kwang says there's a touch. Their challenge? No. Somebody pressed the buzzer from the Indian side.
But
Coach Jai Narain says he is not challenging, but the coaching staff is challenging. Okay, so he'll challenge.
Oh,
all right, so miscommunication.
Yep.
He's saying there's no touch. He's telling, Coach Jai Narain is telling the second referee, no touch. But what he meant was there was no touch, so we're challenging.
Yeah.
So the second referee thought, no challenge? And said, no touch.
No, and I think the second referee was trying to explain to the head coach of India that whenever they want to call for a challenge, the assistant coach should raise the sign.
So there's a challenge here.
And the referees accepted the challenge, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course. So India saying they didn't touch it. The call was there was a block touch. India ranked number 62 in the world. He finished 4th in last year's Challenge Cup. There have been 4 Challenge Cups already. This is the 5th edition, started in 2018, but there were several years, actually a couple of years, that the event was not held. One, because of the pandemic. And initially it was every couple of years. But since 2022, it's been every year. All right, here's a look. And, yep, there doesn't seem to be any touch. So no block touch. Another successful challenge for India.
So the point will go to India. Another successful challenge by their squad.
They're 2 for 2.
Yep. And actually the players were the ones who told their coaches to challenge those calls.
Surya with a serve. Ball kept alive. Anusri popping it up. Shalini is turned away. Quick reflexes by Surya to keep it alive. Radha Anagha putting it away.
Yep. That was actually a good check from the blockers of Chinese Taipei, but not much support there on the floor defense.
So India now on top by 1 after trailing by as many as 2. Make that a 2-point lead for India now after another kill block.
Yeah, tall blockers here for the front row of India. You have Surya and Radha in the front row, and Shalini in the open.
And Lin will finally get the side out for Chinese Taipei and make it a 1-point game.
5-36.
Chunjia Huang, 9 points against Australia, serving now for Chinese Taipei. Bad pass.
Yep. Actually, a miscommunication there between Radha and Aswati, the libero of India.
And it's funny. I was looking at Coach Jai Narain, and he's telling Radha, "What are you doing there? You should be over on the other side." So just like that, Chinese Taipei, they tie the game.
Yep. And I think India would want to have a 3-man receive formation, so that's why Chinese Taipei had a service ace there a while ago.
Back row. Nice hit coming from Anusri, but a good dig from Chinese Taipei. Fang Min Su sends it wide.
Yeah, too much of an angle trying to avoid her blockers.
7-36. Serving for India is Anagha.
So a 1-point lead again for India. Much closer game. If you're Chinese Taipei, you like this.
Yep. As much as possible, they shouldn't allow India to have big lead in the scores.
Shalini. One-hand dig is good. Back row for Lin. Nice hit coming from Shilpa. Another block. Oh, but this one bounces off the net and drops on the India side of the court.
Take a look at that coming up from the back row. There was a check from Team India, but they weren't able to get that ball and try to set it up. Oh.
Fang Min Su really struggling today after putting up 15 points yesterday. Jai Narain, you saw the head coach of India. Here's Shalini serving. India only up by 1.
Oh. Good save.
Genie. And Nusri. Ah, nice save from Chung. Or Chiang, the team captain and libero of Chinese Taipei. Anusri again. Yes!
Now, Jeannie is in the front row. So the blockers and defense of Chinese Taipei should read Jeannie first.
Shalini serving. Now a 2-point lead for India. Lin. Nice tip, but good coverage from India. Shalini back row, bounces off the net. Lin pops it up. 1-2 play. That is a nice shot there for UGS Su.
I think that was the first successful 1-2 play by the setter of Chinese Taipei. Right in the middle, donut hole there for from India.
Chinese Taipei, they may be playing catch-up, but again, they're within a point. Anusri, got it. So it's back to a 2-point cushion for India as Shilpa will serve. Wang, blocked again.
Good blocking here for Team India. That from the first set, they tallied 3 block points. Second set, 5 block points. And this time, coming into the third set, they're still using their might and strength in the blocking department. And a timeout here called by Chinese Taipei.
A 竞争 A 打长的，我真不想打 A 了，但是没办法用右他打 A 长的就好了，2次后盘，2次后盘，两位数哦，一个老三，一个老二就好了，先把球接好再说。加油！加油！跟紧，看吧，跟紧，再起来！
All right, let's see if Chinese Taipei, they can respond positively once again. After the timeout, my coach Chen Yuan. They need to make a bit of a run here, only down by 3 points. Again, the blocking of India becoming a factor. Huang, overpass, chance to put it away for Chinese Taipei. They are unable to. Anagha, yes! That is Anagha Rada. Through the fingertips of Fang Min Su, who is really struggling today. So Fang Min Su will sit down, and we're going to see Su checking in today for the first time.
That's right.
Hang Yun Su. That hit. No touch.
Yep, no touch. But
there will be a challenge.
we're seeing a lot of challenge for this set.
But really a close game.
Yep.
Considering the way India is playing, it's a close one because remember, India won by 12 in the second set. So this 5-point lead and for Chinese Taipei is still manageable.
And they were able to tie the score during the second set when Team India had a 5-point advantage.
Yep. So they can always make a run. For India, they had 2 challenges, both of them successful earlier. Coach Chen Yuan had one successful challenge already, and let's see if he can go 2 for 2 as well.
So we'll see, but the players said, I mean, they're not sure if there was a block touch, but why not use the challenge? Because like what you mentioned, they still have 2 challenge for this set.
You don't carry it over anyway.
Yeah.
If they make it to the 4th set, that is. Because again, they're down 2 sets to nothing.
But still, this is a young squad for Chinese Taipei. And India, since the first set, their coach is still using the same lineup. Even during their game yesterday against Iran. So this is the main players for, or main lineup for Team India.
That's right. All right, here we go. There was a touch. All right, so apparently there was a touch. Successful challenge, so both of them are 2 for 2.
Yep. So good challenge. Good calls here by our the head coach for both squads.
All right, so they just checked who was going to serve. You can do that just so you don't get penalized if suddenly the wrong server commits the error. 9 serving 12. That is outside. Just when they got a point after the challenge, they give it up via the service error.
So now Cheng Yi-jiang is back on the court. No, actually the setter of Chinese Taipei.
Back row for Su. Another terrific block from India.
That was Surya again, reading the back row attack of Chinese Taipei and scoring that point. The libero of Chinese Taipei was a bit far for the coverage, but she did try to get that ball. It was just not enough. Good serve, but a good first ball.
Another rejection at the net.
Again.
It is a block party for India.
Yep, that was Surya again. Back-to-back block point.
And just like set number 2, Paneng, that's how India has been pulling away.
Yep.
Not so much their offense, but it's the defense that really fuels everything.
That's right. And they're using their height advantage for this game.
Now comfortable 5-point lead. Now I only say comfortable because we're more than halfway through the 3rd set.
That's right, and a 2-set advantage.
Yep.
What a set.
Off the block, and this time Chinese Taipei gives India a taste of their own medicine.
But that was only the 2nd block point for Chinese Taipei for this game so far. So they weren't able to tally blocks during the 1st set.
But as per usual, great serves coming from Yang Dai-lin, and that is on the line. Quick side out for India.
Look at that. Only 1 blocker for Surya.
Anusri serving. 5-point cushion again for the red shirts. Good pass. Another block. It's got to be tough if you're India, if you're Chinese Taipei. I mean, you're trying your best. They're doing, they're varying their attacks. They have quicks, they've got opens, but it's just the defense at the net of India very solid and tight.
Yeah, and I think the blockers are reading the sets well because, especially in the quickers middle blocker of Chinese Taipei, because the set is a bit low, so they could position themselves right away in the blocking.
Meantime, a side out Chinese Taipei. Anusri will make that. Rada Anaka sends it wide. So a few errors from the game of India, allowing Chinese Taipei to hang around here.
Yeah, but they need to take care of this 4-point advantage.
Overpass.
Oh!
But 2 players went for it. Yeah, usually not a good thing. Pao and Su colliding, resulting in a short shot.
Yeah, actually, Su was going for the attack, but Pa would want to get that ball also.
Set somehow has slowed down the pace of set number 3. Both teams exchanging side outs. That's a point for Chunyi-Ja Huang.
14 serving 18.
Take a look at that. Opposite attack.
Now here she is, Chun-Jia Huang, 18 years old. Will only turn 19 this November. Yep. Point for Shalini. She's always almost automatic.
Yeah. One of the go-to players of India.
And Coach Chen Yuan will call his final timeout. And we'll listen in.
A2，这样冲进去打 A2， 飞进去打 A2。9号，老三，然后我准备的2号，来高举。加油！备起追！
All right, 5 points down, Chinese Taipei. They used their last timeout. Let's see if they can mount a run before it's too late here.
Serving for India.
Good dig. Keep the play alive for Shalini.
Oh,
Su picked up by Rada Anaka. Shalini. Oh, what a dig. It's time for Huang. Huang with a hit. Shalini again. This time an off speed is short.
and that was a good set coming from Jeannie, but a miscalculated attack there by Shalini. She was trying to go for that short ball, but that was just too short.
Four-point game. Shalini will try again and bounces back, but nice dig, and the ball is still alive. Lin with a superb defensive play. And this time around, through the fingertips of Lin, Shalini on the third attempt gets the point.
So Jeannie is setting the ball mostly to Shalini for this latter part of the third set.
Five points either way. 5 to tie for Chinese Taipei, 5 to win the match for India. Huang got it.
Yep, that was way inside the court for India.
16 serving 20.
Good side out for Chinese Taipei. They're still in it. Ziyun Wang. Nusri off the block scores.
It's a quick side out for India.
Both teams exchanging side outs here.
Yep.
Serving for India is Shuba.
Huang, that's into the net, no block touch.
Yeah, another unforced error for the side of Chinese Taipei, giving 3 points for India. So they only need 3 points to close this match.
There's Kaizen Lin. Rada Anaka. Overpassed and easy put away for Surya.
Surya, it's the spot. 23.
Take a look at that over ball. Surya defended that net properly.
Push from Lin. Shalini got it.
Backdoor attack, Shalini.
And there you go. 8 match points, India. 24-16.
India match point. Serving for the match, Shuba.
Wang. That's picked up by Rada Anaka. Here's the put away. Save is good. Shalini. And there's the finish. Rada Anaka, our featured player in the Open for India, rightfully so, finishes the match.
That's right. So this is the second win for India. A dominating win, actually. They won yesterday by straight sets against Iran. And this time, again, winning by straight sets against a
does very well. They trains us very good, and hoping that we are going to win all the matches ahead.
Surya, last question, something super fun. This is your second game in the AVC. Do you have any favorite moments in the Philippines so far?
Actually, not yet. That we are going to have, I think so. We are going to have happy moments in Philippines, and we're going to make good memories. Philippines is wonderful.
Thank you so much, Surya. Once again, congratulations and enjoy your stay in the Philippines. Once again, this is Surya Danyawad. Back to you, Eric and Paneng.
All right. Thank you, Yana Perlas, and congratulations to Surya and the rest of Team India. A solid, comprehensive win in today's match against Chinese Taipei, which brings us to our updated team standings in Pool A.
That's right. So this is the second win for India. They tallied 2 wins, no loss so far, followed by Australia with 1 win, and Iran with 1 loss. Still looking for their first win, both Iran and Chinese Taipei. And Team Philippines will have their first game later tonight at 7 p.m. against Australia.
And the corresponding points right beside as well, the win-loss columns.
Right, of course, India is in the first spot in Pool A with 6 points, followed by Australia with 3 points. And again, only top 2 teams of each pool from Pool A and Pool B will make it to the semifinal rounds, and whoever wins that round will make it to the championship match.
All right, coming up next, we have 2 more games. Vietnam versus Singapore at 4 p.m. and then Alas Pilipinas making their debut against Australia starting at 7 p.m. Thanks to our director Raul de Ocampo. For Ayana Perlas, Paneng de Königsborder, I'm Eric Tepan. Thank you for watching. It is India with a 3-set win against Chinese Taipei here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum.